I came home for Christmas, and my chair was gone. Not moved. Gone. The table gleamed like memory, polished too hard. 6 plates under the chandelier's gold light, none of them mine. Mom smiled, voice bright as tinsel. It's just immediate family this year. The lemon tart I'd baked still steamed in my hands. No one noticed I was still standing. The air smelled like cinnamon and loss. I set the tart down and smiled anyway. Because what else do you do when the people who raised you quietly edit you out of the picture and call it tradition? The house looked untouched by time. Garland curled around the banister. Snowflake mugs chipped in the same corner. Bing Crosby singing about home, like he believed in it. Everything was perfect. That was the problem. Grace, my sister, glowed in a red sweater I'd mailed last year. Her fiancé, Ethan, filled my father's chair with his booming voice and borrowed confidence. Mom moved between kitchen and table, like a director who'd already decided who got the close-ups. "Do you need help?" I asked. She didn't look up. "All set, sweetheart." Flat tone, weather report voice. She wasn't angry. She was certain. And certainty leaves no room for you. I counted them again. 6. Mom, Dad, Grace, Ethan, Uncle Paul, Aunt Marion. My name card, the one she used to write in gold ink, was gone. The place where I'd always sat, filled. I'd been replaced with a man they'd known for 11 months. Grace noticed my stare, her smile faltering like a candle. "I didn't know," she whispered. "I thought you were coming later." "Yeah," I said softly. "Guess I should have called ahead." No one corrected me. No one said, "Of course there's room." For a second, I thought about grabbing a folding chair, like when the cousins came over. But I didn't, because something inside me finally went quiet. Not anger, clarity. For years, I'd believed that giving meant belonging. The groceries Mom couldn't afford. Grace's rent when she just needed a bridge. Dad's boat repairs that somehow became our family project. I was the safety net, stretched thin, invisible, expected. They never asked. They just hinted. And I filled in the silence with help. Because love, I thought, was a kind of maintenance. You fix what's cracked, you pay what's overdue, you make sure no one falls through the gaps. But somewhere along the way, I realized I wasn't maintaining love. I was maintaining illusion. Their comfort came at the cost of my quiet. And tonight, they'd forgotten who kept the lights on. Mom's voice cut through the air. "Dinner's ready." 6 people sat. None of them looked my way. I smiled, adjusted my scarf, and said, "You guys start without me." Mom's relief was instant. "We'll save you some pie." I walked out before she remembered the pie was mine. The cold outside hit like honesty. Snowflakes clung to my hair, melting into my collar. Through the window, the house glowed like a commercial for togetherness. Inside, they laughed. Perfect, curated, complete. I started the car. The lemon tart sat on the passenger seat, still warm. Bing Crosby hummed, "I'll be home for Christmas." I almost laughed. Almost. When I got home, midnight had already folded the city in half, the kind of cold that hums through walls. I set the pie on the counter, coat half off, shoes still wet. The silence felt honest. No small talk, no pretending, just the low tick of the clock and my own breathing. My phone buzzed. 37 messages. Mom, Grace, Dad. I didn't open a single one. Instead, I opened my laptop. Budget sheet still glowing from last week. Column titled, "Family Support." A spreadsheet of quiet sacrifices. Click. Transfer to Mom. Paused. Click. Grace's car loan, canceled. Click. Family Netflix, logged out. Each click sounded like a match being struck, not to burn bridges, to light my own way out. It came at dawn, sharp, impatient. I opened the door to find Mom and Grace, snow dusting their hair, faces tight. "What did you do?" Mom demanded. "No greeting," I said softly. "Not even Merry Christmas?" "Your money didn't go through," she snapped. "Grocery card declined. Grace can't make her payment. You're being cruel." "Cruel," I echoed. For paying my own bills instead of yours? Her jaw set. You have no husband, no kids, and a good job. It's your responsibility to help your family. I almost laughed, not from humor, but disbelief. Grace looked at the floor. That silence was its own confession. I breathed out slowly. I'm done, I said. Mom blinked. You're choosing a fight. No, I said. I'm choosing a boundary. When they left, the air finally moved again. For the first time, I could breathe. Days later, a message came. Unknown number, 1 sentence. You should hear this. It was from Ethan, an audio file attached, clinking plates, Christmas laughter, then voices. Mom. Probably sulking like we ruined her birthday. Grace. She'll get over it. She always does. Dad. At least we can have one peaceful dinner without her lectures. Aunt Marion. She's exhausting, all that giving. Laughter. Then Ethan's voice, soft. You know she can probably hear you, right? Silence. When the file ended, I sat there. Hands still, eyes dry. It wasn't rage I felt. It was confirmation. A week later, another knock. Mom again. Grace behind her, pale and trembling. The kitchen caught fire, Mom said quickly. We need help. Just until insurance clears. My heart skipped. Is everyone okay? Yes, she said. We just need a little help. There it was. The ask. Always the ask. I pulled an envelope from my pocket. Her eyes brightened. Relief mistaken for love. Inside, a single $50 bill. What is this? She hissed. That, I said, is what my seat at the table was worth. The silence stretched. Grace whispered, That's not fair. Neither was Christmas, I said, and closed the door. Days turned into quiet. Then, another visitor. Ethan, alone. I moved out, he said. Couldn't stay in that house anymore. He handed me an envelope, receipts, statements, my name printed neatly on each. She opened a credit card in your name, he said. $8,000. She said you'd understand. For a long moment, I didn't speak. Not surprise, just confirmation. Why tell me this? I asked. Because it's wrong, he said, and because I couldn't keep pretending. That night, I called the bank. Then a lawyer. Justice didn't roar. It whispered through paperwork and proof. But with every signature, I felt lighter. Grace texted later. You don't have to make this worse. But I wasn't making it worse. I was making it stop. March arrived like forgiveness thawing the snow. My phone stayed silent. The quiet no longer scared me. One afternoon, my lawyer called. It's done, she said. Your name's cleared. When we hung up, I just sat there. No tears. Just peace. Later that night, a voicemail came. Dad's voice, older, softer. You were right. We treated you like a safety net. And when you stepped away, the whole house fell. I'm sorry. I hope you'll talk to us again someday. Not for help, just to talk. I saved it, not to replay, but to remember that sometimes truth arrives late. But it arrives. Then I opened my old budget notebook. Under family expenses, I wrote 2 words. Debt settled. That night, I washed the lemon tart dish. The scent still lingered, faint, sweet, honest. I placed it back in the cupboard, lit a candle, sat by the window, watching snow melt under the streetlight. For years, I thought love meant endurance. Now I know it means choice. I came home for Christmas once, but what I found was something better, myself.